can't describe your plan, you don't know what you're doing. And the Deming cycle, or sorry, the Deming chain reaction, what some people call the Deming cycle, is all about doing something to make things better, improve quality. And then that has some causes. It reduces rework, fewer mistakes, fewer delays and snags, and it causes productivity to improve. Not that people were working harder, but if people have less rework and less mistakes, then they actually spend more of their time doing more productive things. And so when that happens, well, now your organization is more effective. And so you can capture market share, you can deliver better quality product or service to your customers, you can maybe lower the price. And as a result, your business does better. You can stay in business, your business grows. And when that happens, you hire more people and you provide more jobs. And then you can start the chain reaction over again, where now you have more people and more things going on, and you can figure out more ways to improve things, improve quality, and start the chain reaction all over again. That's what we want in our software engineering organizations. And so I talked a little bit about Agile and DevOps and poor implementations, but also how that alone doesn't avoid failure. Let's talk about what goes on organizationally that puts a lot of teams on the path towards failure. And that is a tax on productivity. There's an article published on computerworld.com that shows that most engineers spend nearly a third of their week in meetings, meaning a third of their week not really working on the software at all. And 6 hours in fragmented time, checking email, doing administration, jumping from thing to thing to thing, and only 20 hours on focus time. And of course, this you can see the math. This only accounts for 37 hours of a possible 40-hour week, but it shows that basically people on our software team are only focused for somewhere in the neighborhood of half of their time. So already we've got this big old tax. Now, there are categories of work. There's working on the new software. There's diagnosing or fixing or reworking past work that we thought was done. Or maybe we're fixing the software as it runs in production, things going wrong. Then there's administrative, non-software work, other things we do as a company. And then, of course, there's time off. Now, the working on new software, this is where we want to maximize the effort. We want all of our team to be working on new software or valuable changes. And this is really what our internal and external customers are asking for. They think our team is spending all of its time on this category, but in reality, some of the teams are struggling to get time to work in this category at all, depending on how bad the defect rate is. But this category does include absolutely everything in the software development lifecycle. Even talking about the vision for a new feature is part of this category. Doing the architecture prototypes and design and talking about options for new changes. Well, that's a part of this category. It's good. Doing routine maintenance on our software to keep it in a state of good repair and working well. That's in this category. That's good. Even something as mundane as renewing a security certificate for a .com, that's in this category. It's expected important work. It's work that we can see, work that we can forecast. And this is the type of work that software engineers and architects sign up for. The other categories of work that the team has to do in order are things that they have to do so that they can get back to this work. We want to optimize this category. The diagnosing or reworking or fixing all this, that is absolute waste. This is when we realize that something is broken, something we thought was done is not actually done. Software that was supposed to work in a certain way, it doesn't. Something is missing. Or maybe we're surprised that now that thousands of users use our software, the computing performance in some of the areas is absolutely terrible. We didn't count on some database tables growing to the size that they've grown to, and now the queries really don't work and are hanging. Or maybe we're spending time figuring out why we have some problem and we're just churning and churning. And then once we've reproduced the problem, we are trying to redesign something in the software so that we fix the problem. And we lament that we didn't catch the problem earlier because now it's sucking up our week. Or maybe we just made a change and something else in a seemingly unrelated part of the software just broke, and we don't actually understand how this could possibly be related, but it is. And so any one of you that's been in software for a while, you understand these dynamics.